Hi everyone, welcome to this week's reading, and this week it's the 23rd to the 29th of May, and as usual I'll talk about the astrology first. So we have now the Sun in Gemini, and this Wednesday Venus is also going to go into Gemini, so that is a really positive energy for a lot of the air signs, especially Gemini, so the other air signs being Aquarius and Libra. So if you have those signs prominent in your personal astrology chart, as Venus moves further along into the sign, there'll be positive energy coming in with regards to communications, relationships, finances, and all things Venus related, which is to do with enjoyment of life, beauty, and things that you love. So another thing that's happening, and you've probably already heard about this, that Mercury is now direct, so that's really good news. Communications are definitely coming into focus in a huge way this month, because with the Sun in Gemini, Mercury now direct, and Venus in Gemini, it's all about communication. So you may be, if you're someone that is a big communicator, you may be communicating even more than before. Also, you may be, if communication is part of the work that you do, which these days for most people it is, you'll be doing, more communications, more reaching out to people. If you love to socialise, your social life will probably start to pick up as well, because Gemini is a very social and communicative energy. The other thing I wanted to mention is that Mars is actually moving back into the sign of Scorpio, because it's still in the retrograde. It's in its retrograde cycle, so it will be retrograde until the end of June. So the Scorpio types, or anyone that has strong Scorpio, whether it's your rising moon, Sun, even your Venus sign or Mercury, you might feel a kind of a feeling of slowdown or stress, or just not feeling so great as Mars goes back into Scorpio. So it's going to go up to 23 degrees for Scorpio for those that are into astrology and know their own chart. So if you have anything around a fixed sign, so not just Scorpio, so the Taurus, Leo or Aquarius, up to 23 degrees, you could feel tested by other people. There might be aggression that comes up, there might be anger issues. Also, I wanted to mention something for that I just noticed today for those that are very early Scorpios. I don't usually, focus too much on this in regards to the transit, but I do feel it's significant. The transiting Black Moon Lilith is very early degree. Well, it's actually on 0 degrees of Scorpio as of now. So, if you were somebody that was born at the very beginning of Scorpio Sun, or if you have 0 degrees, Scorpio rising, you might feel some frustration and anger coming up. So just know that, this energy is coming up to be dealt with. So that was just this extra thing that I don't usually mention. And just generally in the sky, we have Saturn square Jupiter at the moment. So there is a lot of tension between the need for growth, the need to evolve ourselves, and the need to expand our lives and to grow. And it's kind of coming into this dynamic conflict, or this tension with Saturn, which is Father Time, which is limitation, which is going through a process of things. So there's definitely a feeling that you can't rush things at the moment, especially with the Mars still being retrograde until the end of June, and the Saturn square Jupiter transit in the sky. Although there's a lot of communication energy, it can be a little bit frustrating at the moment because of this mix that we have got going. Because Sun in Gemini loves to go fast and loves to get moving, achieve things quickly, do things quickly. But the Saturn square Jupiter is kind of, and the Mars retrograde are both sort of putting the brakes on a little bit, so it can be a bit frustrating. Anyway, let's look at the cards. I've got the Archangel Power Tarot, which is just there. And I will just get 3 cards for this week. Okay. Just think I've got my 3 here. There's a lot of cards in this deck, let me see. I have to move this back a bit. And I'll just say, as I'm doing this, if you would like a personal reading with me, just go to the link below to my Etsy store. Current turnaround time, I'm pretty booked at the moment, but current turnaround time is probably a minimum of 7 business days, 7 to 10 days roughly. If you order a longer report, say an astrology report, might be closer to the 10, 11, 12, 13 day mark, okay? Let's see what other card I want to get here. Oops, why am I turning it around? There we go. Okay, so let's see what the energies are for this week from the Archangel Power Tarot. Oh, that's a good card. The World. Wow. Oh, this is looking nice. Okay, so interesting, unexpected cards here. Just focus in on the first card, the Peace cards, Archangel Azrael. It says, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Well, that's a pretty deep message. So, wow. It's really saying something, you know, it's always telling a story with the cards here. So, the first card is let go. Then we have the World and the Nine of Cups, or the Nine of Raphael in this deck, which is the same as the Nine of Cups. And so what this says to me is if you just release the stress, release the tension, release kind of the ego mind that wants to control everything and be on top of absolutely every detail and feel like, oh, if only I got this right, then this would happen. If only I could do this, then the next thing will happen. No, it's about letting go. This is the message here. So, you know, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means I surrender this to a higher power. I surrender my path to a higher power at this time because I've done everything that I can do and I can't control everything, you know, absolutely everything. I can only do what I can do. So, you know, it takes a level of awareness to say, you know, I surrender it to a higher power because we can't have that just, you know, constant burden of feeling that we have to do everything ourselves. So here is a higher energy here, a very beautiful spiritual energy. And, you know, it can be a difficult thing in a way because letting go, especially for those that like to be in control, is not that easy to do sometimes. And, you know, sometimes we look around at us and we'll say, wow, this isn't working. And I've got problems here and I've got this issue with this family member and I've got, you know, this at work and this person is giving me, you know, stress. But this is what it's about. It's saying when you feel overwhelmed to really just release and let go what is no longer working for you. So it's a big message there. And just see if there's something else because I feel like there is something else to say with this particular card. For some people, you know, there may be relationships that are not working. That's what I'm picking up on. And it might be that there's a difficult relationship or there has been a difficult relationship. And what I want to say is, you know, if there's a toxic person around you, you don't have to stay around that person. You know, you don't, you know, even if it's a family member, it's like you can still have your personal boundaries with that person. You don't have to be at their beck and call. You don't have to do everything that they want you to do. I feel like there's some control factors or some control issues with this message here, and there is a need to come back into your own power, into your own individual self, and say, you know what, that person has repeatedly shown me through their actions that they're not respecting me or that they're not, you know, good for me or whatever it is. So I'm getting relationship energy with that. And as I said, it could be a family member. Someone that's, you know, close to you, I feel. I'm also getting another message about some spiritual energy. So some people may be connecting very strongly spiritually with deceased relatives as well. That's another thing. I'm getting that, you know, some people may be getting messages from deceased relatives through dreams or, you know, other ways through signs and that sort of thing. This is a beautiful card, the next card, the World. It says a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So this is a great card. You know, these two cards are great. It's showing, to keep it short because I don't like to do long videos for these, is that once you release and let go of this old energy, this old stagnant energy, and you come back into your own self and ask yourself, what do you want? The world is your oyster, and you have the Wish card, which is the Nine of Cups. I'm really drawn to this little dog here for some reason. So for some people, there might be a message around a pet, or it might, for some people, might even be a deceased pet. There's some kind of message. It's a gorgeous dog. It's black and white. It's quite fluffy. And I just feel there's something about pets for some people here that's a positive message. And the Wish card, it says dreams becoming reality, a joyful time. So once you release what this negative energy is, you're coming into the World and the Wish card. So you know, that's all you have to do is look at what you can do that's in your power to do and surrender the rest, and then refocus on your own life and focus on the positive things in your life that you can work with, that you have control over, that you can create. It's a very creative energy here. And yeah, I just feel like it's a really positive message overall. All right, everyone, have a fantastic week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.